Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. I hope this angle is okay. It's kind of like a throwback to when I did my braces updates. I have got my tripod. You guys would be amazed at how I've got my tripod sitting right now. It's like literally wedged with one leg behind the cushions of my couch and the other two legs are like leaning behind the back of my couch. And so like it's barely just, yeah. Anyways, hey, we made the best with what we've got. Well, I received some questions, actually pretty much all of them were dental related. I did receive some really nice heartfelt comments from you all here on my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram. So I wanted to address those questions. I told you all in my like in a YouTube post where you post a picture and you can, ask questions and stuff, because YouTube has disabled questions on certain videos, which they have not on mine. So thank goodness for that. But I did ask if any of you wanted me to do a Q&A, and if you had any questions you wanted me to address, to go ahead and put those within the comment section, or you can private message me if you don't want your name to be out there. So if you want to be left anonymous, then I was going to do that. So I got a few questions. I don't have a ton, so hopefully this video doesn't take up too much of your time. But if you did enjoy this video and you have some questions that are not addressed in it, you are more than welcome to message me and I'll do another Q&A. Let's go ahead and get started. Does the retainer cause any injury in the soft palate? This question was asked in regards of my Hawley retainer. I'm going to tell you that the Hawley retainer does not cause any issues within that area up there. Like, I don't even feel it touch that area. The only areas that I really feel the Hawley touching is around my teeth. I have a wraparound Hawley, so you can see it goes all the way to my second molars, and it kind of curves in between my second and my third molars. But it does not affect, like this part does not affect my soft palate. I can actually put it in and show you. I always have to like push up on these sides right here because it is such a tight, snug fit. I still cannot talk with this thing in. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to. So bear with me here. Here it is. If I could talk, I would probably wear it more like out in public. If I can't even get my knees out. If I could talk better with this in, I would probably wear it more often, but I really don't wear it that often. Now that my bite is together and it, it's adjusted. It doesn't really affect me at all, besides obviously talking. Actually had someone mention in the comments, can you do a video where you wear it the whole time throughout your video? I think that would be a really annoying, not for just myself because I can't get my words out very good, but I think it would also be annoying for some of you viewers. So I'm not gonna wear it throughout the whole video, but you can see it goes all the way around. And if you're looking at this and seeing my silver fillings, no, it does not affect my silver fillings. There are like little hooks right here that I use on each side to pull down. But other than that, it does not affect the soft palate of your mouth. Like I said, mine in particular, I don't even feel it. It does not touch that area. The only areas I feel is the metal going around my teeth. It might be different for everybody's case though, but definitely in mine, no, it doesn't bother me. I will say you want to keep it clean, because if you don't, just like on your teeth, you can get plaque built up on your orthodontic devices as well. And I like to use part mouthwash, part water. I use cold water to clean all of my orthodontic appliances, so make sure you do that. Do not use hot water. I wouldn't even recommend lukewarm just because. But definitely keep it in a container stored, and this right here will last you for some time. These are the best ones, the longest lasting retainers that you could possibly have on hand. So definitely take care of it. But I use part mouthwash and part water to clean mine with a soft bristle toothbrush, and that helps keep the germs down and the plaque as well. Because if you get plaque built up on that and you don't clean it very often, it can start to affect the soft palate in your mouth. So just make sure you keep that area clean. Have you used any whitening products post braces, and if so, which one? The only thing that I use as far as whitening goes is my toothpaste Colgate Optic White, which is this right here. This is the only thing that I use to whiten my teeth. Now, I do have a product review coming up very soon for you guys regarding a home treatment whitening product, so stay tuned for that because I'm excited to show you guys that. I've never used a professional whitening product on my teeth. I've never done Zoom whitening, any of that, just strictly Colgate Optic White. I do also use another toothpaste, and it is Colgate Sensitive. I use this once a day and then the Colgate Sensitive once a day. So whenever I brush twice a day, I only use this one out of 2 times because this really basically only targets the whitening. It does have a cavity protectant in it, but it's not like as good as a toothpaste that has like the plaque protectant and the tartar and all that stuff. So you wanna be careful about what products you use and how often you use them. If you have sensitive teeth like myself, you want to use things that don't contain a lot of peroxide in them, which is what really whitens your teeth, because that can cause tooth sensitivity. So this here has been a win for me. How to have better oral hygiene with braces. Okay, so back when I was in braces, I was very religious, as I still am, with brushing after I eat. Always make sure that I do use a mouthwash to rinse everything off of my teeth so that I don't have anything sitting there to cause like buildup or cavities or anything like that in the near future. Also, another thing is the little pipe cleaners, I like to call them, which are like the wired brush with like the bristles on it that you can fit in between each of your brackets. I recommend that because that will help get food out of areas that your toothbrush cannot reach. Just stay on top of your oral hygiene, you know, rinse and floss. Oh my goodness, if there's anything on my channel that you can learn from me or take advice from my mistakes in the past, floss. Oh my goodness, flossing is just as important, you guys, as brushing your teeth. If you are not flossing, why are you even brushing your teeth? Because to be honest, there's just simply areas that a toothbrush cannot get. If you're flossing every day in between your teeth, you're removing all that plaque, you're removing the food debris, you're taking away, you know, the things that really cause cavities. Before I went into ortho treatment, I was a very poor flosser. I did not floss. I felt kind of like, it's just another step. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm brushing my teeth every day anyways. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal was it ended up costing me a lot of money in the long run because I ended up with cavities like here. And this right here, 2 in 1 tooth in between the teeth, that was from not flossing. I had cavities not just in the tooth, but like in between where I wasn't flossing. So make sure you floss. Never miss your dental cleanings and exams. Always stay on top of those. I think it's pretty common to go like twice a year, once every 6 months. That's how often I've always gone. Even if you are cavity free, let's see, I've been cavity free now for little over a year. I had that one cavity on my wisdom back when I was in ortho treatment, but my last 2 dental visits, I have been cavity free. I've got one watch area, but it's not anything too concerning right now. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to turn into a cavity, but I do have to keep it watched. And you know, you never know how cavities can be and how far they can really go. But that's why they call it a watch area, and they stay on top of, you know, your x-rays and your cleanings and things like that. So definitely do that even though you're in braces. The next question is, any tips on how to get your braces off earlier? I don't really think there is a trick to get your braces off earlier. I think it really just depends on how fast your teeth move, whether you have to get extractions or not. That also affects your length in ortho treatment. Like I said previously, stay on top of your dental exams and your cleanings and things like that. Always brush your teeth, keep them clean. Be very religious with anything that your orthodontist asks you to do, whether it's, you know, wearing your elastics a certain amount of time out of the day or continuously until they tell you to stop. Things like that, just stay on top of. If you're in headgear, make sure you wear your headgear. You will be surprised. You might come out of your ortho treatment a lot sooner than expected because you stayed on top of what you were supposed to do and your teeth just did a fantastic job on the speedway with getting straight. The next question is, do you prefer your Hawleys or your clear retainer? I actually prefer my clear retainers. The reason behind that is because I can talk better in them. 2, my bite is fixed now, so there's no like discrepancy there where there's like thickness in between my teeth where it's causing an issue. Before I got my last set of clear retainers, beforehand I would have said no. I would much rather be in my Hawley retainer, but when I got my last set of retainers here, the clear one, just the upper one, because my previous one had a little crack in the tooth, actually the premolar of that retainer. This one here actually has, you can see 1, 2, 3 molars in there, and my other one that has the crack in it, it actually only has 2, and you can see here 1, 2. So this is the one with 3, this is the one with 2. You can see the difference in size. This one here, actually, because my molars, my third molars, was not covered, it's like the teeth start to come down to meet where all the teeth are sitting, but whenever you put something over those teeth, it's blocking those teeth from any movement. So that's basically the whole purpose of a retainer, is to retain your teeth and keep them where they're at. So now that I have this one here with my third molar being able to be covered, all of my teeth from the very back to the very front are together where they need to be. I think if they would have did this the first time I got my first set of clear retainers when I came out of braces, I probably wouldn't have had any bite issues, and I probably wouldn't have had to go into a Hawley retainer. But I think that having your molars, if you're allowed to keep your wisdoms, having your third molars encased in these retainers is ideal to prevent any bite issues and keep you from having to go into another retainer, because retainers aren't cheap. They are, you know, $150 a pop where I go, but luckily I have had the blessing of a great orthodontist that has only made me pay for my first set of retainers. So that has been a blessing. So I've got 3 sets of retainers. Actually, well, I got 3 sets of retainers here. I've got my Hawley, I've got my upper with the third molars included into the clear retainer, and then these are my upper and lower clear retainers that I got when I first came out of braces that don't have my molars in them. And then I've also got a bonded permanent retainer on the lower front 6. Did you get a permanent retainer? Well, I answered that question for you, so yes I did. It's on the lower front 6. And it does not cause me any issues. The only issues that I have had out of it is having to get it rebonded to a certain tooth because it just kept coming off. So that is kind of like a con with a permanent bonded retainer, is you do have to still go in, you know, if you have any mishaps with it, and get it fixed, you know. So you don't really get to escape the orthodontist as soon as you're out of braces if, you know, you go into a permanent bonded retainer. The next question to that question is, would you recommend it? I do recommend it. It's a great alternative to the other retainers because it's something that you don't really have to remember and keep up with nightly. It's there. Like I said, the only con out of it I've had is having to get it rebonded a couple of times just in less than a year that I've been out of braces. That to me is worth the price that you pay to go into ortho and come out and have straight teeth. I think, you know, I would be more than happy and willing to go and get a bonded retainer fixed. You know, the pros out of it is it's not noticeable. You don't see it. You can feel it with your tongue, and unless I'm showing you, then, you know, you would be asking me, do you have a permanent bonded retainer, like you did in that question. It's not something that you have to remember to put in every night. Another con with it, though, is also you do not get to escape the floss threaders. I still have to buy those every week, so I still have to go in between, you know, each the teeth with a, you know, the floss and the threader, you know, and floss. Now, whenever I did go to my cleaning this last time, I had a different hygienist. She did it a little differently, where after she got my plaque cleaned up, I had these like little gaps down here because the plaque was gone. And she was able to take the Oral-B floss that they use and go like in between the teeth, like below, and like pull it through and then pull it up and out. And I don't do that at home. I use the Dentek floss threaders, which I have linked in the description below this video for you guys because they're my favorite ones to use. They're plastic, they're very durable, they're inexpensive, they come in a nice little case, and you get quite a few. The next question is, have you noticed any shifting on the lowers with the permanent retainer? Very minimal, not like a lot. Like, you guys go back to my video when I first got my braces off, you can see my teeth then and you can see them now. There's very minimal change. You can expect change, you know, when you do come out of braces, because the teeth have to get in their settling positions. They're coming out of those anchors and they got to start to kind of like get in their fixed positions. But once they do get where they need to be, it's very minimal change, like I said. So I'll show you guys real quick. This tooth right here was actually further back. It was the tooth that was like farther behind the rest of my teeth, and so they had to pull it up. Now you can see it kind of looks like it's wanting to kind of go back a little bit again, but it's only done it very minimally because I've got that bonded retainer there, so it can't do nothing no more unless that bonded retainer was to break. So this question I actually did already answer. Do you recommend fixed retainers? Yes, I do. And another part to this question is, how many times has it broke off on one tooth? Was it the same tooth? It has broken off of one tooth, which was the same tooth the last 2 times, which was actually this one right here. And when I got it rebonded the first time, I don't think all the old glue was scraped off, so because of that, it didn't get a good bond the second time, so I had to get it redone again. And now this tooth beside it right here on the back, I can feel like a crack in the glue, where the glue goes from the tooth over the wire back down the bottom of the tooth, but above, right in here above that wire, I can feel like a little crack there. The glue is still there, it's still adhered to the tooth, but I can feel where the glue is cracked. And I think what happened is, like, when you reinforce, it's like basically that, it's reinforcement. So when you reinforce, you know, the retainer, you know, by gluing it to a tooth, you can actually feel that. If it's loose on a tooth and it gets cleaned up and they rebond it, you can actually feel like that extra pressure on that tooth. It's kind of crazy. It's like you never escape the feeling of braces. It's still there with a bonded retainer. But it was the same tooth the last couple times. I don't think I have anything to worry about with the second one anytime soon. I think it's good until my next appointment, which is actually in, is it October? Yes, it's actually in October. I go back to my orthodontist for like a retainer checkup. So I'm sure it's like every 6 months and then like once a year maybe. I don't know. I guess it just depends on the orthodontist and your treatment. When you had braces, was it the Damon braces or traditional braces? I had traditional braces on the uppers, and then on the lowers I had, or no, I'm sorry. On the uppers I had, I had ceramic, and on the lowers I had traditional metal braces. The reasoning behind that was because I went into the upper braces, I think it was like 12 weeks before I went into the bottoms because of my bite. They didn't want my bottom teeth to like mess up. My top teeth would have hit the bottom brackets and it would have caused them to break. So for that reason, they wanted to get my arch opened up real good before they put me in the lower retainers, the lower braces. It's been a while, you guys. Why pay more for clear braces if you're still going to have colorful bands on them? I actually did not pay more for clear braces, and the reason I got clear braces is because at my orthodontist at the time, whenever I went in, me being an adult, they thought that discreet would be kind of like the way to go, which it didn't bother me whether or not they put me in showing braces or not. It did not matter to me one bit. I really wasn't affected by it, but they did go ahead and put me in ceramic. And the wire was actually white, so it matched my tooth color, so you couldn't even tell that I had braces on. But it was quite interesting because whenever I went in and I had my bottoms put on, I decided to get a little fun with it because they put metal on there, and I thought, well, I'm already clear at the top and metal at the bottom. Why not have some fun with it and go for some colored bands? So, you know, it was an experience of a lifetime. I don't really see myself going back into braces again, and I just wanted to have fun with it. And I think that's important, that if you're an adult, excuse me, if you're an adult and you feel insecure about braces, get fun with it, get exciting. You know, I actually let my kids pick out the colors of my bands. I got 3 kids, so I ended up having like 3 different colors, and my orthodontist was really cool about how many ever colors I wanted I could have. if I wanted to do 6 colors on top and 2 colors on the bottom, or 6 colors on top and clear on the bottom, whatever. They did not care. They just thought, you know, hey, just go with the flow, have fun with it. So I did. I let my kids pick out their colors. I think at one time I had green, pink, and blue, which was actually really fun. I kind of miss it. That, you know, braces are like an accessory, you know, like earrings and stuff. So have fun with it. Go crazy. Celebrate the holidays with your braces. As far as like paying more for ceramic, I know in some states you probably will pay more for ceramic than you would traditional metal, but I think it also depends on your orthodontist and what they feel is best for your treatment plan, and they'll charge you based off of that. But they pretty much just charged me, you know, not even a set fee. They just said, you know, you'll pay the $198, roughly $200 a month for a course of 18 months, you know, but you're only going to pay as long as you're in treatment. So I only paid $200 per month for 18 months. I didn't continue to pay over that or anything, you know. I did have a $800 startup fee that I had to put down on it whenever they put my braces on, but then after that it was just $200 a month, and I only paid that for as long as I was in braces. How many cavities have you had? I've actually had 7 in total. So most of my fillings are actually on my molars and premolars. I don't have any on my front ones. So I got 6 teeth with amalgam and 1 with composite. The last question is, how many teeth do you have? Lord, I got all 32. I got all 32 teeth, including those wisdoms, them 3rd molars. Yep, they're there. I did not get them extracted, didn't want to. Got all my premolars, didn't want to get rid of any of my teeth. You know what, when we get older, our teeth, you know, over time they weaken, they break, they get brittle, they fall out. I hope that's not the case with me, but I'm staying on top of my health. And you know, my mom lost a lot of her teeth as she aged, and it always seems to start with your molars. Like the molars always seem to be what get extracted, and I really didn't want to take away any teeth that I'm actually blessed to have room for. They're there for a purpose, and you know, I don't want to take that away. You know, why try to fix something if it's not broken? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to go into ortho treatment, be in braces for 18 months, straighten my teeth out without having any extractions. I didn't see no need in me having any teeth pulled. I felt like it was unnecessary at the time. My orthodontist did a great job at explaining things to me and giving me the pros and cons, and telling me, you know, that he thinks I made a very great decision in keeping my teeth and not having them pulled. I was a rare case to be able to keep my teeth without having any extractions going through ortho treatment as an adult, especially because our teeth are in fixed positions for so long that when you decide to go on braces, sometimes it can take longer to get those teeth to move, and sometimes extractions is just what is needed to be able to make room for those teeth, especially if you have wisdoms like I do. Now, if I decided later on down the road that I wanted to get my wisdoms removed, if they're causing me problems or anything like that, that is the only reason I would have any extractions, is if I have like an abscess tooth or something that's going on with that tooth that is just causing me an immense amount of pain. But I don't have any issues with my teeth aside from slight sensitivity. I have very minimal gum recession down here. It's not bad, you know, so I just have to stay on top of, you know, my dental exams and visits and cleanings, and clean my teeth very, very religiously using the floss. Gotta use that floss. Use good products for your teeth. Don't just stick to one specific toothpaste just because it's there and you use it. Try to switch up your toothpaste. Try using 2 different ones. I like Colgate Optic White in the mornings, and then at night before I go to bed I use the Colgate Sensitive, just because I do have a little bit of teeth sensitivity. Also because it targets more than what this does. This targets cavities and just whitening your teeth. It doesn't help with tartar or plaque or anything like that, or gingivitis, whatever. The Colgate Sensitive actually does, and it also has a whitening product in it as well, so I'm still able to keep my teeth whitened using both toothpaste. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too lengthy of a video. If you enjoy watching my videos and want to come back for for more, make sure you click that make sure you click that red subscribe button. And if you want to stay in tune every time I upload a video, because YouTube doesn't notify everybody when a video is uploaded from your favorite subscribers, make sure you click that bell to be notified every time I do upload a video like this one. Any questions or comments, post them below. I love interacting with my followers. Also, go check me out on Instagram. My links are all in description below this video. Stay tuned for my product reviews coming up for you guys. And like I said, if you have any questions for me that I did not address in this video, feel free to comment them below or send me a DM if you want to be kept anonymous, you know. I'm more than happy to do that. And yeah, so I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.